And says he will no longer defend Trump. Tonight, Trump responds. The emergency rescue's playing out 1,500 victims' families stranded by rising waters. New audio tonight during the chaos. 2 officers shot and killed through the front door of a home. A veteran officer, a new mom just back from maternity leave. The urgent alert just issued involving some Samsung smartphones. Power down your phones, they say, amid troubling new reports that the replacement phones are now igniting. And the frantic search and dramatic turn today, the 4-year-old girl abducted, the surveillance, and the Amber Alerts, how they found her.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Monday night. And we begin with the new shockwaves tonight after the Donald Trump videotape. What he said about what he can do to women because he's a star. And then what he did last night right before the debate, bringing women who have accused Bill Clinton of wrongdoing and trying to seat them in his VIP box, hoping Bill Clinton would have to shake their hands. And then something else. The 2 candidates walking onto that stage and not shaking hands themselves. And that was just the beginning. And tonight, the new poll here taken right after news broke of that Donald Trump audio. Take a look. Hillary Clinton opening up a double-digit lead now with 46% of the vote to Donald Trump's 35%. So tonight here, will Trump's choice to go on the attack to bring up Bill Clinton's past help or hurt? ABC's Tom Yamas leading us off.
Donald Trump set the tone for the night less than 2 hours before the debate, luring reporters to his hotel, promising a glimpse of his last-minute preparations. What they got instead? A shocking stunt. Trump at a table, surrounded by women who claimed they were abused by former President Bill Clinton.
Perhaps we'll start with Paul.
Tonight, we're learning Trump had even more in store. He wanted to seat the women in the VIP box, reserved for Trump's family. His close advisor, Rudy Giuliani, telling the Washington Post, "We wanted to have them shake hands with Bill, to see if Bill would shake hands with them. But the Commission on Debates threatened to call security. The women sat elsewhere, and Bill Clinton shook hands with members of the Trump family instead. But when the candidates finally took the stage, would they shake hands?" Just minutes in, Trump grilled on his graphic comments about women from that bus ride with TV host Billy Bush.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the I can do anything.
You bragged that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that at all. I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it. I apologize to my family. I apologize to the American people.
5 times Trump used that phrase, locker room talk.
Just for the record, though, are you saying that what you said on that bus 11 years ago, that you did not actually kiss women without consent or grope women without consent?
I have great respect for women. Nobody has more respect for women than I do.
So for the record, you're saying you never did that?
I said things that, frankly, you hear these things are said. And I was embarrassed by it, but I have tremendous respect for women.
Have you ever done those things?
Women have respect for me. And I will tell you, no, I have not.
Then it was Clinton's turn. Her campaign had said her first comments on the controversy would come at the debate.
What we all saw and heard on Friday was Donald talking about women, what he thinks about women, what he does to women. And he has said that the video doesn't represent who he is. But I think it's clear to anyone who heard it that it represents exactly who he is.
And then Trump let loose.
If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. His was what he's done to women. There's never been anybody in the history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women. Hillary Clinton attacked those same women and attacked them viciously.
With Bill Clinton watching, Hillary Clinton fired back.
When I hear something like that, I am reminded of what my friend Michelle Obama advised us all. When they go low, you go high.
The tension building. Trump then threatening to investigate Clinton's use of email.
If I win, I am going to instruct my Attorney General to get a special prosecutor to look into your situation, because there has never been so many lies, so much deception.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
But the dark debate ending
We've sneaked in one more question.
with this moment.
Would either of you name one positive thing that you respect in one another?
I respect his children. His children are incredibly able and devoted, and I think that says a lot about Donald.
I will say this about Hillary. She doesn't quit. She doesn't give up. I respect that. I tell it like it is. She's a fighter. I consider that to be a very good trait.
Some unexpected moments there last night. Tom Llamas with us live from Pennsylvania tonight. And Tom, we heard Donald Trump pressed there by Anderson Cooper last night about the video, asking, were those words, or did he in fact ever do what he said? He answered, no, I have not. Trump was very clear, Tom.
That's right. He said they were just words, that he never did that. But, David, tonight he sent a warning to the Clinton campaign. He's telling the Clinton campaign if any more recordings, any more videos, any more accusations of him saying anything inappropriate, he's going to be digging up things that Bill and Hillary Clinton did that was inappropriate. David?
Tom Llamas leading us off tonight. Tom, thank you. Late today, the woman Donald Trump was talking about on that bus, TV host Nancy O'Dell, breaking her silence. And tonight, she's not the only one talking. Republican House Speaker Paul Ryan saying he will not defend Donald Trump. How is Trump responding? Here's ABC's Jonathan Karl.
Tonight, the woman Donald Trump was talking about on that bus is speaking out. Nancy O'Dell addressing these comments.
I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it. Whoa. I did try and her. She was married, and all of a sudden I see her. She's now got the big phony and everything. She's totally changed her look.
Tonight, O'Dell is taking Trump on.
There is no room for objectification of women, or anyone for that matter, not even in the locker room.
Dozens of prominent Republicans have denounced him, many even calling for him to drop out. His effort to divert attention by bringing out the women who have accused the Clintons apparently didn't impress Speaker of the House Paul Ryan. Ryan told fellow House Republicans today he won't defend Trump and he won't campaign for him. His spokeswoman saying the Speaker is going to spend the next month focused entirely on protecting our congressional majorities. At least Trump's own running mate is standing with him.
Takes a big man to know when he's wrong and to admit it, and to have the humility to apologize and be transparent and be vulnerable with people.
But will Trump's stunt with the Clinton accusers work, especially given his past comments?
The whole group, Paula Jones, Lewinsky, it's just a really unattractive group. And I'm not just talking about physical.
He now calls Bill Clinton a predator, but listen to what he said during the height of the Clinton sex scandals.
I don't necessarily agree with his victims. The victims are terrible. He is really a victim himself, but he put himself in that position.
And Jonathan Karl joined us now tonight. Over the weekend, Mitt Romney, John McCain, Condoleezza Rice. And now tonight, House Speaker Paul Ryan saying he's done. He's no longer going to defend Donald Trump.
David, these are some of the most prominent and respected names in the Republican Party. He has responded by calling them hypocrites, and now he's going right after Paul Ryan, tweeting just a short while ago, Paul Ryan should spend more time on balancing the budget's job and illegal immigration and not waste his time fighting the Republican nominee. It is war.
More to come on this, John. Thank you. And there was something else last night that many Americans were talking about during the debate. It was the most talked about debate ever on Twitter and on Facebook, setting records. And many were weighing in on scenes like this one. Donald Trump close behind Clinton there. This was a town hall where both roamed the stage, but it made for some uncomfortable moments. I want to bring in ABC's Cecilia Vega because Hillary Clinton was asked about this right after the debate, and here's what she said.
Can you tell that? I could tell, yes. I could. Well, you know, it was a very small space, and I tried to give him space when he was talking to people. I would go back and you know, lean up against my stool, but he was very present.
All right, Cecilia Vega with us live. And what are both campaigns saying tonight about the dynamics that played out on that stage?
Well, David, you heard Hillary Clinton there laughing it off. Her campaign behind the scenes not laughing this one off. In fact, a number of aides brought this up to reporters. They mentioned this personal space thing following the debate. One spokesman said that Donald Trump was, quote, menacingly stalking Hillary Clinton on that stage. His campaign describing this debate performance in very different terms. His campaign manager called it masterful. David.
Cecilia Vega with us tonight. Cecilia, John, Tom, our political team, thanks to you all. In the meantime, we turn next tonight to the dire emergency playing out today amid rising waters. 1,500 victims trapped, families suddenly surrounded by flooding. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Fayetteville, North Carolina with the pictures.
The unrelenting deluge from Hurricane Matthew bursting dams across North Carolina. The town of Lumberton tonight, a water world. About 2,000 people stranded. Helicopters plucking some to safety, so many rescued by boat, others rescuing themselves.
So we just had to do what we could think of doing, swimming out of our houses and trying to get to some dry land.
The governor surveying some of the hardest hit areas.
There are a lot of people hurting right now in this region.
Authorities issuing mandatory evacuation orders in others.
Emergency evacuation. Please leave Brettsville.
The storm taking at least 27 lives in the southeast. Many have died in cars on the road.
We better get out of the way.
And we saw firsthand how dangerous it can be.
There's a pickup truck right beside of the sedan that just went in the water. These two guys are trying to edge their way in there, trying to get that person out. Someone else has called 911.
Crews across the region racing to restore power. Over 1 million people in 5 states still in the dark.
Damage estimates for this storm are in the billions of dollars, and in this commercial district, you can tell why. All of these businesses swamped, but perhaps what's most astounding, the scope of this flooding. That water goes all the way back 1.5 miles.
The state cut in half by washed out roads. Parts of the major interstate I-95 shut down.
Just devastating, and Matt Gutman joins us live tonight. And Matt, you were reporting in this afternoon that all that damage caused by a burst dam?
That's right, David. In fact, 8 dams have burst in this county alone, and I want to give you a sense for the power of that flooding using that live drone shot right now. This was once a bridge completely blown out. You can see debris hurled hundreds of yards in that direction. More bad news coming for folks living here. The rivers are only expected to rise. David.
Just an incredible drone image tonight, Matt Gutman. Our thanks for your reporting all day. And we turn to other breaking news that happened just as we came on the air tonight. Samsung now joining the government, a rare move, telling customers they should power down their Galaxy Note 7 smartphones, both the original ones and now the replacements too. Amid reports they are now igniting as well. Here's ABC's chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis.
Tonight, Sean Minter describing the frightening moment he woke to a smoke-filled room.
Started to smoke, sizzle, and burn.
He says he saw his brand new replacement Galaxy Note 7 unplugged in flames.
1,000 what ifs ran through my head, like what if my son was playing with it?
Tonight, that government warning to all consumers: power down and stop using all Galaxy Note 7s, including those replacements, after reports of at least 5 fires in the new replacements, including the latest in a Houston restaurant and one aboard a Southwest flight. The new replacement Galaxy Note 7 meant to fix problems after nearly 100 fires involving the original, including one that reportedly set this SUV ablaze.
This is a black eye for the recall system, and the Samsung, though, needs to step up now and fix it.
Samsung telling ABC News, if we determine a product safety issue exists, Samsung will take immediate steps to resolve the situation.
And David, that rare warning from Samsung now echoing the government's advice to power down and stop using all Galaxy Note 7s. Many carriers now say they will exchange those phones for something different. David?
Rebecca Jarvis on the story again tonight. Next to California, and new audio this evening of the chaos as 2 police officers were shot dead through the front door of a home they were responding to. A veteran officer and a mom just returning to the force from maternity leave. ABC's Kanan Whitworth is in California.
Through this door, a seemingly perfect Southern California afternoon. But listen. Gunshots and sirens. 2 Palm Springs police officers killed responding to a domestic disturbance call nearby. Tonight, the investigation intensifying as more than 1,000 community members show their support for the fallen. Jose Gil Vega, a father of 8, He was set to retire in a few months.
Me and him would always joke around. He'd put my hand behind my back and tell me, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say will be held against you in court.
And Leslie Zarabini. Police say the officers negotiated with the suspect, John Felix, then gunfire bursting through the door. Police say Felix killed Vega and Zarabini and wounded another. Then officers moved in using a robot, followed by a chemical agent.
David, tonight that injured officer is out of the hospital, and tomorrow authorities say John Felix will be charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, among others. David?
Kana Whitworth with us tonight. Kana, thanks. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Monday. The frantic search across 5 states, the dramatic turn today. The 4-year-old who was abducted from her home, the surveillance images right there, the Amber Alerts, and now new reporting on how they got to her. The new food recall making headlines tonight. The major mistake that will have many families double-checking their freezers tonight. Then the images coming in at this hour, the bear attack, the injured hiker saying the bear came out of nowhere. Authorities are on the scene tonight. We'll be right back.